Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel and in today's video I'm gonna show you how to move, how to rotate, and how to scale down and up objects in Sims 4. So let's jump into that right now. Okay, so as you can see we are on the slot over here. So the first thing that you need to know about building in a Sims 4 is that the best camera that you can have enabled is the Sims 3 camera, which you can, click on that, click on camera controls and then on Sims 3 camera, because you can rotate however you want it. You have so much more control. So let's talk about moving objects, and by that I mean, placing items freely. So let's take an object, whatever object you want. So let's take, for instance, this lamp over here. So as you can see, you can only place it on the grid. You cannot have many options of placing this specific item. So if you want to place it freely, move it freely on the grid, you just gonna press Alt and then you just move it wherever you want it. You can basically place it wherever you want it to be. See, you can even place this lamp inside this other lamp, but for that you'll have to enable a cheat called bb.moveobjects. So let's press CTRL+SHIFT+C and it's gonna open this bar, this cheat bar, and we're gonna type in bb.moveobjects on and then enter, and then again CTRL+SHIFT+C so that bar can disappear. So right now that we have this cheat enabled, we can go with this object through some other objects. It will make building mode so much more easier. So another good exemplification of this cheat, bb.moveobjects, is that you can obviously have a counter or an island. I think you have seen this a couple of times before, and you can actually place, so let's have a full island. Now we have an island. So the best part about this cheat is that you can actually place a stove inside, just like that. I know it looks kind of awkward because it's not built in, but you can kind of simulate that. I don't know if that's functional. So anyways, it's quite a cool cheat because you can kind of simulate that look of a built-in stove, which is kind of cool. So yeah, let's get rid of that for now. So do remember, you just gonna press Alt when you're, when you have this item, you just gotta press Alt and you can place it wherever you want. Okay, let's move on to rotating objects, and for that, you just gotta have this counter, for instance, and if you want to freely rotate it, you just gotta press Alt again, and then just click on the left button of your mouse and you can, rotate it freely however you want it. You can put it like that, however you want it. That's pretty cool. The next thing that we are going to talk about is raising and lowering objects. Let's have, for instance, this clock over here, okay? So if you want to raise this object, you have to press Ctrl+9 to raise it and then Ctrl+0 to lower it. Now you can only press 9 or 0 depending on whether or not you have set a camera scene. And if you don't know what a camera scene is, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do a tutorial on that as well. So if you have saved a camera scene that is basically allocated for the number 9 on your keyboard, then you gotta press Ctrl+9 to raise it up and Ctrl+0 to lower it. If you don't have a camera scene set, you can obviously just press 9 and 0 to raise it / lower it. This is very useful because, as you may have noticed, some of the tables, or maybe not tables, end tables, okay? Let's go to surfaces, accent tables actually. So let's take this cats and dogs table, some decor objects aren't slotable on this end table. This bowl, as you can see, it's slotable. So as you can see, this item isn't slotable on this specific table. So if you want to put it on that table, you just gotta press Ctrl+9 to raise it, or just 9, and then hold Alt, and then you can freely move it on the table, and then again press Alt and rotate it however you want it by clicking on your left button on your mouse. So now, as you can see, we are able to place things freely on whatever surface we want. And this building trick, you can apply it to a counter as well. So let's take again the same object. As you can see, it's not slotable. You just gotta press Ctrl+9 to raise it, and then hold Alt, place it freely. Oh, as you can see, I have raised it up a little bit too much. You just gotta adjust that by pressing Ctrl+0 until you reach your desired height, basically. And now you can basically place it however you want. That's pretty nice. Now, if you have a slottable object that you want to freely place on your counter, now you just gotta take away this counter and place it where you want it and then put it back, okay? So you just gotta do that, because otherwise it won't work, because it will slot on your counter and you cannot freely place it. You can just freely rotate it, but you cannot place it freely, and that's not what we want. You can even put it in a corner if you want to, you know? It's not perfect. It does take a little bit of practice until you get a hang of it, but once you're used to that, it's really simple. So yeah, keep in mind that for slottable objects, you just gotta take away the table/counter, place the object freely where you want it to go, and then put the counter or the table back in place. And the same thing applies to shelves, tables. Now, when it comes to scaling down/scaling up objects, you just gotta take an object, like, let's take this fanciful planter that I haven't used in any of my builds. I think I haven't used it before. So let's take this one, right? And if you want to scale it down because it's too big and it doesn't fit wherever you wanted to put it, you just want to click on this item and then press Ctrl and left square bracket to make it smaller, as you can see. And if you want to make it bigger, just press Ctrl and right square bracket to make it bigger. And we can go on like that. And this specific building trick is very useful when it comes to rugs, because I quite often, you know, scale them up or down depending on the room that I'm trying to fit this specific rug. So you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. That's very, very nice, very, very useful in building. Also, the same goes for paintings, okay? So let's build a wall. Let's select a painting. For instance, that's not a painting, it's a sticker. So let's say we have this and we want to scale it up. We want to make it bigger. Just press Ctrl and again right square bracket to make it bigger. And then you just have it bigger. And if you want to freely place it on a wall, just press Alt and you can place it wherever you want. Or you can press Ctrl+9 to raise it up. By raising items, pressing Ctrl+9 is much more accurate. So we can basically choose whatever painting we want. So let's take it into the default position right now and let's raise it 2 times, okay? And that's very useful because if you are going to place the same exact painting near that, you just know that you have to raise it 2 times and it will be equal in terms of height. So just raise it 2 times and we have like the same painting at the same exact height. That's why Ctrl+9 is much more accurate, because you kind of know that you have raised that specific items 2 times and then you just gotta raise the other objects 2 times, and it's much more accurate in terms of height compared to alt placing, which most of the times isn't quite accurate and you cannot match the same exact height all the time. So now there are some objects that cannot be scaled down or up, and these items are mostly build items such as windows, doors. Let's take this window for instance. You cannot scale it up or down because it's quite weird. We can see that we have a blank space in our wall, and that's not what we want. The same goes for doors. You cannot scale them up or make them bigger because, you know, you see that hole, you see that empty space, and that's kind of weird. So, and the same thing applies to mirrors. Basically, these wall mirrors over here, you can see that the frame becomes bigger, but the mirror itself remains the same. Also, you may notice that this scaling up or down isn't the best for like lighting items, and by that I mean some candles. So let's see, we have these candles, right? So as you can see, they have this flame properly placed, but then if we want to like scale it down, you can see that the flame remains at the same height, it's in the air basically, and if we scale it up, it remains the same size as before, and that's pretty awkward. Now as you can see, these tips slash cheats kind of go hand in hand when it comes to building. Now let's say we have again a table. We have this table. Let's pick this one, which is kind of ugly, but that will work, you know. And now let's pick something that isn't slottable. For instance, this fun basket. You can see that this is not slottable. By enabling bb.moveobjects, you can now freely place your objects, and you want to like raise them up, Control 9 or just 9, you have them raised, and then you want to like freely place them by holding Alt and then freely rotating it on this table, right? Or maybe we want this basket to be smaller because our table is kind of small, so just press Control right bracket to make it smaller, however you want it to be, and then press Alt to freely place it, and boom, there we have it. Hopefully these building tips and tricks helped you. Let me know in the comments down below what other tutorials you would like to see on my channel, because I'm kind of into them. Many people don't know these tips when they are building. Those definitely make our lives easier, so much easier when it comes to building basically. I hope you find this tutorial helpful, and as I said before, let me know in the comments down below what other videos you would like to see on my channel. If you don't like tutorials, let me know, because I can go back to like speed builds or whatever, but I thought it would be a great idea to branch out a little bit because I haven't done any tutorials. I mean, I've done one which is for like changing your cast background in The Sims 4, but I thought it would be a great idea to incorporate some building tips and tricks for you guys. Hopefully you liked this video. So right now I have a schedule and I'm uploading every single Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you liked this video, please make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified whenever I'm posting a new video, because it really helps me a lot. Thank you so much once again. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye guys.